So I've been a fan of SpongeBob my whole life. As a kid, I could not get enough of this dude. And I'm still obsessed with this motherfucker. Like, I have the first 5 seasons on DVD, despite the fact that they're available on Prime. And most importantly, as they are the subject of this video, I have earrings. Ha! Tricked you, idiot. I'm actually talking about games. Growing up, I had 3 SpongeBob games. This one, and this one. I didn't encounter the big boy till I was a little older. So today, we're gonna go back through a little bit of the history that I missed. Today, we're gonna be talking about the 6th gen console SpongeBob games, which means no handheld games, no PC games, and sadly, no Leapster games. And also no Atlantis Squarepants, because I ordered it when I first started making this video, and it still hasn't come. So, in order of release, we begin with an absolute classic. I know you're all here for one thing and one thing only, but it's not time for that yet. The first one to come out was Revenge of the Flying Dutchman. Now, my description of it as an absolute classic may have been inaccurate, but it's not entirely awful. The first thing you'll notice is the visuals. The overall look and feel of this game is very early PS2. It's got simple menus and bad visuals, but that's not the end of the world. Neither are the atrocious load times or the fact that the game just kinda looks weirdly dim. I'll just blame that on my PS2. Then, of course, there's the gameplay. SpongeBob has an interesting moveset. He can do a very small attack, he can be a bird, he can roll around. It actually doesn't feel too awful to play, until you try to make jumps with any precision. The best part of this game are all the different outfits that change up SpongeBob's moveset. I think this is a really cool mechanic. There's all sorts of classic outfits, like SpongeBob cosplay. This, and his jellyfishing gear, which includes his often forgotten glasses, which are so important that they get their own wiki page. This game has a lot going for it, like it has the glasses. And it also has a bunch of charming locations and the entire original voice cast, including Mr. Krabs. I would only recommend this game to hardcore SpongeBob fans who have consumed most SpongeBob content and require more sustenance. The game is too clunky and has too many ugly textures, it just ends up feeling like a rushed PS2 licensed game. 'Cause you know, it is. But then, picture this. It's 2003 and there's a new kid on the block. He's tough as nails, and one day, he'll go on to make some Incredibles games that are really good, and a Family Guy game that is not. But for now, he's gonna show all the other kids up by making 2 really good SpongeBob games. And that kid's name? Heavy Iron. Battle for Bikini Bottom. Now, playing it on the 360 has some issues. In my case, I had a broken skybox and a broken plankton. But the game itself is wonderful. The story follows SpongeBob and friends as they clean up a mess that Plankton, a registered dumb bitch, left behind. Like, seriously, how could you forget to turn the obey switch on? A fucking idiot. But the robots took his spoons, and that's fucking sickening, so we help him out. I think that this game and The Simpsons Hit and Run have a lot of weird similarities, but unlike Hit and Run, this game actually has good visuals. SpongeBob looks the sexiest he's ever looked right here, and I still have nightmares about what that's gonna look like in Rehydrated. It controls really well, aside from the occasional janky hitbox. And it also has the entire original voice cast, except for Mr. Krabs.
Gullible, I'm gonna help you out.
It has some really cool character design, and the game just oozes charm all the way through. Oh my god, just talk about the fast game. So as a lot of you probably know, this is a pretty popular speed game. And I think it's a pretty sick speed run. Sure, it'll take you a while to get the movement. Sure, it'll take you so long to get some tricks that you might as well have just gone the dev intended route. And yeah, you'll never really get cruise boosting. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, whenever you finally get the movement though, it's so satisfying. Cause this game has some sick speedrun tech, but I'm not the man to explain it to you, cause I have no idea what I'm doing. So in the description, I'll link the tutorial that I used for this video, along with a couple speedruns. Thanks, Shift. But wait, before you go watch that better content, stick around a minute. Cause this next game speedrun might not be as sick, but it's also by Heavy Iron, and it's also pretty charming. The Spongebob Movie is a classic, I don't think anyone can dispute that. What if I told you that there was a game that had really fun gameplay and mostly kept the heart of that movie intact?
I'm the manager of this establishment. Everything is gonna be just fine.
I'm really scared, man.
Okay, so I did say mostly. Some of the scenes are like that, but others are cute little recaps voiced by Tom Kenny.
Squidward has discovered Plankton's plan to create an army of bucketheads. Will Squidward save the day? No.
Most of the story, however, is told through gameplay. You'll see all sorts of cool locations, set pieces, and Scarlett Johansson giving the best performance of her career.
Patrick, if you bring me more Goofy Goober tokens, I can grant you the cartwheel move.
The game is a lot of fun, and it has all sorts of cute little details, like how SpongeBob and Patrick's toxic masculinity is built right into the game. See, you gotta collect dumbbells to get more manly and level up. The inclusion of a skill tree is admittedly weird, but it doesn't really do anything. It's just kind of there. Another weird thing is that despite this being the Spongebob Squarepants movie, the game, it's actually very Patrick-focused. The game will usually get rid of SpongeBob with a bunch of cute little tricks like making him a blackout drunk. That's actually pretty dark, Heavy Iron. We're gonna move on. Patrick is also probably utilized a lot more in speedruns because my man can cartwheel. Having the focus be on Patrick so much is definitely weird, but it's not a bad thing at all. After the more SpongeBob-focused gameplay of the first one, haha funny, Blade can't cruise boost, haha funny, the Patrick gameplay is a pretty welcomed addition, although I do miss Sandy. Like, they gave Patrick one of Sandy's moves and I do not like it. At all. It's not as good as Battle for Bikini Bottom, but I really like it. So after that, Heavy Iron Studios' Goofy got the fuck out of there and made Ratatouille, so we got Lights, Camera, Pants, which is a Mario Party clone that's pretty intense. Like, I played it with my brother and fuck, dude, it's a lot. Like, sometimes you'll just crack under the intense pressure of SpongeBob's middle-class existence. Or maybe we just took this game a bit too seriously.
Fuck, what? Okay. Oh my fucking god. I don't know how to do this side. Ah! Oh, Blake! Fuck! Blake, over here! Come on. Ah! Oh my god!
Gotcha.
There we go. Hey, where in the room?
Monsieur, that was very good.
Why,
I did not like how sexual that
had
was.
some training and
It's probably the latter because while we were doing that, the AI was out here being absolute fucking garbage. The game is okay. Some of the minigames are good and some really suck. They gave Squidward pants. Sometimes characters were just completely dead inside. The game just had weird design decisions all around. It was a good time though, definitely worth it for some fun with friends, and that's all I have to say about this one. So I actually played this one when I was like 7, as opposed to the rest that I played when I was a little older. I have a lot of nostalgia associated with this game. Here's my actual copy from when I was a kid. As you can see, it's in wonderful condition. So let me be the first to tell you that it is not good. For everything that this game does right, it seems to do something else wrong. The game has some really cool visuals and jumps between a bunch of different art styles and does a lot with each individual style. But even when it has more stock standard PS2 graphics, it still looks very aesthetically pleasing. Like, what is this shit? Fucking intestines? Gorgeous, I love it. Wouldn't it be funny if I had like a stomach fetish? Haha. And I love all the cute little details, like Patrick's attack making his costume fall off so he has another costume underneath. Wish he was naked, but beautiful. I don't like the direction this video is taking, so let's talk about the bad. The game tackles a bunch of genres and doesn't handle all of them with grace, but I do like the one where Plankton flees from a giant Krabby Patty and Sandy mocks his pain. The game has fine controls, but it sometimes feels how this looks. Like, not bad, but not right. The problem with this game is how slow it is. Like, even the set pieces are slow. You do 3 laps around this course 4 times, and there's no goal. You can't pass these enemies, it's all scripted. By your 8th time around, it just starts to feel like you're losing it, like deja vu, but it hurts. And that's during the set pieces. In the normal gameplay, you'll be taught the same thing 100 times. Like, you heard that you have to press triangle to do a ground slam, right? Like, I'm just making sure. Dude. Cutscenes play after every single thing you do, usually to show you where to go next. Like, SpongeBob does a funny little relevant Fortnite dance every 30 seconds. Brilliant critique, I know. It's almost like this game was made for children. But for people older than 6, like for example people who are almost 20, it just gets really boring in a way that the other 4 games didn't. I also don't like the image I get in my head when I read this. There was no easy segue into that, so there you go. Anyways, I probably wouldn't be mad if I didn't see so many glowing reviews going in. I'm probably the dumbass here. So yeah, that's all I have to say about these 5 games. I plan to talk about Atlantis Squarepants and the Nicktoons games in future videos, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Leave a comment, let me know which one was your favorite, or yell at me, I don't care, do it, pussy. That got really aggressive, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Be sure to subscribe, because when Rehydrated comes out, I plan to do a review the day it comes out. I'm very excited for it. And maybe I'll finally talk about Atlantis Squarepants? I don't know. Thank you so much for watching. Your support means everything to me. This video definitely feels a little rushed on my end. It might feel a little rushed on your end, because I was going to do another video this week, and it was not very good, so I threw this one together. I hope you like it. Thank you so much for your support.